There was a man whose name sounds pleasant to the ears, but he was the first armed robber to be publicly executed in Nigeria. Hi everyone, welcome to Edu TV Nigeria. This is the story of Babatunde Folorunsho. The name Babatunde Folorunsho sounds nice and pleasant to the ears, but its bearer in history was actually a daylight terror and a nightmare to the Nigerians in the early 1970s. Babatunde Folorunsho was an armed robber and a hardened criminal who threatened the peace and security of Nigerians in the 1970s with his ruthless bandit group. He reigned almost the same time as the kingpin of Nigerian armed robbers, Ishola Oyenusi, also known as Dr. Rob and Kill. Babatunde Folorunsho was dubbed Baba Oni Lace, Mr. Lace, because of his strong love for lace outfits, which he even wore during robbery operations. During his horrific reign, Babatunde Folorunsho topped the list of the most wanted criminals in Nigeria. He was hunted by the police and local guards, but all to no avail. During this time, the crime rate was at its peak in the country as a result of the civil war that had just ended. Babatunde Folorunsho, alias Baba Oni Lace, seemed invisible, but unfortunately for him, he was nabbed by the police during a robbery operation on a fateful day in 1971. He was charged with robbing one Mr. Alfred Marshall of a car. The whole nation jubilated as Babatunde Folorunsho was finally caught in the web of the law. On the 8th and 13th of April 1971, Babatunde Folorunsho was tried and found guilty of highway robbery. The judge, James Agboola Ojomo, sentenced him to death by firing squad. The execution day, it was on the 24th of July 1971. Thousands of Nigerians rushed to the popular Bar Beach in Lagos, where the execution was to take place. That was the first of its kind in Nigeria. It was around 1 p.m. and the sun was shining. Babatunde and two other criminals were conveyed to the execution ground in a lorry. The crowd was anxious and excited as well. In chains, Babatunde Folorunsho, who was dressed in lace, and other criminals were walked to the stakes and tied up. The other two criminals were Joseph Ilobo and Williams Alda Oyazemo. Joseph Ilobo, unlike Folorunsho, didn't accept fate easily. He protested till his last moment. At a point, he looked at the crowd and said, "Are all these people here to see me die? This is a wicked word. I have not committed any crime." Military chaplain Colonel Pedro Martins approached the robbers and asked them to pray for forgiveness. A loud voice let out the command. The rain of bullets fell on the condemned trio's bodies. Their lifeless bodies were inspected, untied, and then taken away for burial. The whole of Nigeria celebrated the end of Babatunde Folorunsho, who is known as Baba Oni Lace. Don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe to this channel, comment below on this video, and also share this video with your loved ones and anyone you feel needs to listen to this story. This is Edu TV Nigeria.